Hi guys, Matt here from the Snowboard Asylum. I am here with good friend and former TSA employee and Burton Snowboard extraordinaire, James.
Hello, mate.
Today we are going to be talking through our range of men's Burton Snowboard boots. So we're going to talk about the Moto, the Ruler Boa,
Yep.
and also the Ion as well.
Yes.
So what's different about Burton Snowboard boots? Where are they developed? I guess a little bit of history around boots and why boots are important is kind of what we want to start off with.
Yeah, so our boots, we developed them over in the US, but we developed them for a universal fit. So I think they're a really nice universal fit for the most part of feet. We use a reduced footprint in sole as well. So because of it's a slight angle difference of the way that we change the angle of the liner inside the boot, it means that the footprint of the boot is reduced. So we'd like to think that we're maybe half a size smaller in length, so great for those guys with big feet.
So lower profile overall, they're not big, chunky and bulky on your feet, are they?
Yeah, we work with the kind of highest grade foams and technologies to make a good snowboard boot for everybody, basically, so yeah.
And where are your boots designed and developed?
Designed and developed in the US, in a prototyping facility in our headquarters, and everything is tried and trialed and tested to make the best product, I would say, man.
I met some of those guys over in Lax a few years back, and they're crazy. They have some pretty wild ideas, and they always see it through. They always, I mean, the rad thing about where your place is, your design and development place is, it's pretty much on snow, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you can build something in the morning, put it on your feet, and then ride it in the afternoon.
Yeah,
so it's pretty sick.
That's what it's about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, man, definitely. Really
so yeah, should we start off with the Moto? So the Moto's well, it's been around for quite a while now, hasn't it? And it's one of those softer flexing boots, right?
Yeah. If you've searched a boot online, this would probably come up, especially if you're new to snowboarding.
Yeah.
This is well, we have a softer boot below it, but this is pretty much the softest boot in our line. It's the most flexible, the most friendly, and the most comfortable.
Yeah.
For new riders, definitely.
Cool.
In terms of the boot itself, we use a dual zone speed zone on it. So our laces, you'll see here, it has an upper and lower zone. And as you tighten up each side, it will do one side at a time. So it means you can do the lower and the upper section of the lace individually.
So we're talking about customization there, aren't we? Like, this boot has a lot of customization in terms of its fit and its comfort.
Definitely, for the price point, it's a great boot. So we're using a new liner this year as well, which is quite interesting. So we're using the Imprint 1 Plus liner. So Imprint 1 was originally our kind of first liner, and what we've done is put the Plus on there. What that basically gives you is a slightly different heel wrap. So this boot has been elevated from what it was before, so you get slightly more response and more comfort around the heel and ankle.
Okay.
So it wraps slightly better.
Yeah.
Which is quite an interesting one for this year. So it's a new one for us. Lightweight, responsive enough, but basically it's going to be comfy and great for beginners.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Cool. Like, first thing you notice when you pick this boot up, for the price of it, like it's light, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's noticeable when you pick it up off the shelf. You'll notice. Just lightweight and comfy.
Cool.
Not too expensive and great first boot for sure. 100%.
It's probably worth mentioning at this stage in the video as well. Like, one thing that we're quite hot on at TSA and the Snowboard Asylum is basically fitting snowboard boots. So the single most important part of your setup is your boots, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's your first point of contact between you and your setup.
Yeah, you have to wear it at the end of the day, and if they're wrong, then they're not going to be that much fun.
So one thing that we do at TSA is we actually go through like a bit of a fitting process. So we always want to get the boots onto your feet. There's a couple of different ways of doing that. You can either come into store and see us guys, or alternatively feel free to buy the boot that you want to go for online, and then you can retrospectively get that boot fitted, and we'll obviously exchange it out for a different size or a different model, whatever's suitable after you've come and spoke to us. Along with that as well, like, we always recommend getting your boots heat molded. So basically pumping hot air into the boot to actually,
so all of our boots are heat moldable.
Every single Burton boot heat moldable.
Yeah.
So again, that's something that we go through in store. So yeah, we've talked through the Moto. Should we move on to the Ruler?
Yes, definitely. So one thing to mention, if we could keep that one there, differences between these two boots and why you would upgrade to this one. Obviously it's slightly more expensive, but you are getting a slightly more responsive boot. So you get the Imprint 2 liner, so Imprint 1 there. Imprint 2 liner gives you a liner which is slightly higher grade foam. It's basically going to be more responsive around the heel and ankle. It's going to hold your ankle slightly tighter. We use a cuffing system inside, which I'll pull the boot open and show you. So you can actually see inside here. I don't know if you can get in there.
Probably if you get in close.
Let's try it. But you can see that it's really tough to show. But basically, the heel is retained inside the liner.
Okay, so instead of the liner just floating around on the inside of the shell, it's actually is locked and
so we put that lace on the shell. So when you tighten up the liner lace, it's holding the whole liner and your foot in there. Whereas on this one, on the Moto, you will have just a liner with a lace on it, if that makes sense. So the foot and the liner can move slightly inside the boot. It's not too drastic on there. It's just it suits a newer rider better to have that freedom and maneuverability. Whereas with this, you're going to get a slightly more locked, responsive feel.
So basically, that when you do the liner up, it sucks the liner back into the shell.
I like that noise, but yeah, it sucks you in, it holds you in place, and gives you a little bit more.
Gives you that lockdown.
Yeah, definitely. So this is for an intermediate rider, a rider that's confident with riding and wants a boot that's going to support them slightly more.
Yeah.
You actually, with this as well, you get the EST sole unit, which is an updated sole unit. So basically, you sit inside the sole and you sit closer to the board, so you get better board feel. And the boot's lighter.
And that is noticeable as well. You get more feeling for what's going on underneath your feet, and that's good. Yep,
you get the speed zone laces as well, so you get that customization on the laces again. And we use a New England ropes rope, so this rope is super strong. Cool. It's got a really high tensile strength. It's super strong, so yeah, really, really good. We don't use any wires or anything like that.
So there's a second Ruler with TSA this year.
Yeah, a new one.
And the new one is basically a Boa version of it. So, James, Boa.
Ruler double Boa. So this is a new one for this year. So with our Boas, like I just mentioned, New England Ropes. New England Ropes is the company we work with. But all of our Boas, we use a lace instead of a wire. If you guys have seen a Boa before, it'll normally have a wire. That's right, Matt.
Yeah, like a cheese wire sort of thing. And like what you use for cutting cheddar.
Yeah, if you've got some cheddar and you want to cut it up. But basically what we do is we use a lace, so very similar to our speed zone laces, which works with the Boa coiler exactly the same as the wires do, but you get a slightly more comfortable fit and it doesn't cut into your boots and destroy them, which some of those wire systems can. So again, same liner, same shape, but you're getting a double Boa, so the upcharge for the double Boa, so all good.
Standard Ruler, we're carrying in just a complete stealth like jet black, and then the Boa version's got a kind of couple of pops of colour on it. It's got this sort of digital speckle, and then you flash of red on the sole unit as well. Yeah. And yeah, you did mention the EST sole as well, didn't you? So so step up from there, we're kind of going into the Ion. So Ion again, this is a boot that if you're into snowboarding and you've been snowboarding a while, you will probably have seen or heard of the Ion. It's a pretty staple boot within the range, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
What sort of rider is this for, and who's going to use it basically?
So it's for your more intermediate to advanced riders, probably more on the advanced spectrum, I would say. It's relatively stiff, very relatively powerful. It's got a higher grade liner in it. It's got a way bigger retention cuff in it, so it's going to hold your ankle tighter. The boot shell is a lot stiffer. It's going to give you more power distribution. You'll be able to ride quicker in a more responsive manner. And it's more durable as well. It's reflected in the weight. The boot's slightly heavier, but what it'll give you is a boot that's probably going to last quite a bit longer, and also it's going to be more responsive. So if you want to deliver energy to toe and heel and ride quickly and responsive in a responsive manner, this boot's wicked for that. So bigger cuff, Life liner, which is an updated liner, which again has got loads of tech features. It's got more breathability. It's got dry ride heat cycle, which is a fabric which you can see just in the top there.
There's two things that people don't like in their snowboard boots, and that's sweaty feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Or feet that are cold.
Yeah.
And this liner basically solves those two problems, right?
Yeah, keeps you warm and allows the moisture to escape from the liner, which is really important. So it's perforated and it's got the heat cycle in there. So warm feet and breathability, which are really important.
Dry feet.
Yeah, a massive heel retention cuff, a nice stiff toe cap on it as well. So this toe cap, rock solid. So if you've got your binding strap on there, it's not going to wear out. It's totally worth the money just for the toe strap. So.
And again, we're running with an EST sole on this.
Yeah, EST
so
sole unit.
Thinner sole unit.
Better board feel and slightly lighter weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
all the same features. Nice small footprint on it.
Yeah.
It's a powerful boot basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Cool.
It's a great boot though.
So yeah, just as a bit of an overview. So we're talking Moto is for
beginners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rulers in the two different makeups are for
your intermediates to advanced.
And your Ion is for
your more advanced riders. The one that ride quick.
Easy peasy. Cool.
Nice, quick, simple, easy.
So I think that's everything covered on new season's Burton boots that are carried in TSA. Obviously, like I said, around in the middle of the video, like fit is paramount on your boots. Get into store, get them fitted. Alternatively, order them online and then come into store and check the fit and ensure that the boot's correct for you. If it's not correct, we'll tell you, we'll exchange it. Yeah. And yeah, any questions that you guys have got on boots and which ones are kind of right for you, hit us up in the comment section below. And again, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.
Thank you guys.